You guys remember Curt Schilling? Yeah, pretty good pitcher, you know. He's a diehard Republican, born-again Christian, you know, supported John McCain over President Obama, thought President Obama was, you know, unfit to lead, etc. You know, he's made some pretty harsh comments. But there's one thing about Curt Schilling that you got to know. He's all for self-reliance, okay? And, you know, he made his fortune, obviously, in baseball, and he just relies on himself. In fact, he once said, there can be no question our country is in the worst economic crisis of our lifetimes. I also think there can be no question that it falls on us, the individuals, to find a way out of our own personal crisis. Okay, well, that's very clear from Curt Schilling. Now you want to know what's happening? So, turns out his business, that's Game Maker, 38 Studios, is in a little bit of trouble. And guess what Curt Schilling's doing? Oh, please help me, government. Please, please, I'm in so much trouble. He went to the state of Rhode Island begging for money. No, but wait, Curt, what happened? I thought you were all about self-reliance and you didn't need anybody. Well, you look into the story more and it's devastating. Turns out that Rhode Island actually tried to woo his company from Massachusetts to Rhode Island. Now, this happens all the time, and I object to it a great number of times because they use taxes and all these other incentives to get the companies. Now, it's one thing if you're an established company and you already have all the employees and they're going to move from one state to another. It still sucks that you've got that kind of competition going between the states because the taxpayers are the ones who lose, right? But in this case, the company doesn't even really exist at the time, okay? And so it turns out that this is speculative. And in an industry like making video games, that's wildly speculative. But nonetheless, they get the state of Rhode Island to give them $75 million in loan guarantees. Now, a bank makes a loan, but it's irrelevant because if it doesn't get paid, the state of Rhode Island is on the hook for it. So $75 million. In fact, in the beginning, Curt Schilling puts in the original $4 million. Now, look, that's how business is supposed to work, right? You're an entrepreneur, you put in the money, and then later if your business does well, fantastic. That's what we think capitalism is, right? But in reality, no. People like Curt Schilling, they put in the $4 million, and then they go to a state like Rhode Island, and they say, okay, give me $75 million, and then Curt Schilling immediately got his money back. So he's just sitting there trying to wait for his profit without really having anything invested. In fact, the state of Rhode Island has already, out of the $75 million, they already gave $50 million to Curt Schilling's company. And guess what just happened? They already are missing a payment. $1.1 million that they owe to the Economic Development Corp, they don't have it. But wait a minute. Please tell me you didn't already go through the $50 million. The $50 million is supposed to get you to a point where you can turn a profit, et cetera, and then start paying things back. Because this is just the beginning fees, et cetera, on this loan. It's not, he hasn't even started paying the interest and the principal yet. The principal payments begin in 2013. The interest payments are supposed to begin later. This is just the fees, et cetera. We're just getting started. And you're in a panic and you don't have the $1.1 million? He went into a meeting, closed-door meeting, with the governor of Rhode Island, who was against this loan in the first place. When Chafee ran for governor, he said, this is the riskiest loan I've ever seen. I don't know why the state's doing it. Turns out he was 100% right. Now Schilling is on his hands and knees going, oh, please, Mr. Governor, help me. I need the money. I'm not self-reliant. I'm a loser. Curt, what happened? What happened? Hey, you know what? I know you got millions of dollars. I know it. Everybody knows it. So here's how you can be self-reliant. Pay back Rhode Island with your own money. I mean, it's your company, right? If it did well, you'd brag. You'd be like, oh, look at me. I'm an American entrepreneur. You wouldn't talk about that money that Rhode Island gave you, right? Okay, well, now you're in trouble. It's called capitalism, baby. So let's see it. Let's pony up. Where's your millions? No, instead you're going to go cry to the government because like all of these conservatives, you are a massive, gigantic hypocrite. Oh, you don't want other people getting government money. When it's you getting government money, you love it. You suck on the teat of government. Rhode Island's excuse for giving him the jobs, giving them $75 million is it's going to create hundreds of jobs. Okay, by the way, you give me $75 million, and I mean, how many jobs can I create? Why don't I just pay everybody $50,000 a year, which is a good salary, right? I mean, do the math on it. I can get you hundreds and hundreds of jobs. Right? Instead, you're going to give it to Curt Schilling, and he's going to go, oh, sorry, I can't pay. My joy in that story is obvious.